Okay, let's see how many subscribers I can lose with this one. If you're one of those all cops are bad assholes, I won't miss you anyway, okay? And that doesn't make me a bootlicker, you fucking morons. Let me tell you something. All right, I'll do that in my recap. Hold on a minute. My son, who's about to be 4 in a couple months, is learning how to escape the top part of his seat, the belt. He's level 2, high level 2 autistic. Some of his behaviors can get pretty hairy, and there's no one that he fights more than me when it comes to if there's something that he needs to do or needs to stop doing. Now he's climbing out of his seat when the car is moving. This is not good. This requires immediate attention, like pulling over into a lot wherever you can and securing your child safely. I don't have any time to negotiate, to do pretty please with sugar on top, or any of that other shit. He knows when I say sit that butt down in a certain tone, that usually means safety. It means that something isn't safe that he's doing. So I pull over. He catches me with the foot that's closest to the door when he's having a fit or resisting whatever it be. The hands start flying, the feet start flying, but he always catches me with this foot, the right foot. Caught me twice in the face. One here come on. Of course it didn't hurt. I mean, it knocks you back a little bit, but it's nothing. That's not the point. The point is that he's using violence to resist having what needs to be done to keep him safe. There's a layers to what's wrong with this scenario. And I don't strike him. We don't use that form of punishment. If you know anything about autistic kids, you know that it doesn't work on neurotypical kids. It certainly isn't going to work on an autistic child. And we're not talking about, a tap on the butt, like, don't do that, baby. We're talking, there's no other way to do it when it's an autistic child other than to safely restrain your child and let the situation cool. Have someone do an intervention. Violence doesn't work. So I don't hear any of that spare the rod, spoil the child shit either. Okay? But here's the deal. This fucking asshole and his girlfriend are a couple cars down. He heard me say to him, and I said, Oliver, listen, if you won't sit and put this belt on, then we'll go over to the sheriff and we'll have him show us how to do it. I didn't threaten to call the police on my kid. Okay? This asshole over here, if he was such a liberal, he wouldn't mock the parents that do that. Sometimes it's an entitlement thing, but most of the time it means that the parent is near crisis. Now, these assholes are always talking about having mental health people on board and all this other stuff, but then when the time comes to actually provide it, instead of saying, sir, do you need some help? Are you doing okay? Obviously, I was okay. I don't need this fucking guy's help. I wouldn't need his help with anything, by the looks of him. And by the looks of that creature that was riding with him, it wouldn't have any much use for her either. But I said, look, man, I said, he and I could stand here for 15 minutes and nothing's going to move. It's going to be this, okay, because of the parameters and the dynamics of this relationship. Bringing in a third party, especially an issue of safety, is often recommended. I said, do you have any fucking questions or do you have anything intelligent to say? And I'm smiling at him over the car. Gets all like this. I heard him say bootlicker when they fucking pulled. Like, okay, because I would go to law enforcement for help. That makes me a bootlicker. For all you assholes that equate these things, nothing in this world is black and white. There's very few things in this world that are black and white. And when you live long enough, it's not a guarantee that you'll learn that, because a lot of people don't learn shit. They live to be 80, 90, they don't know dick. But if you live long enough and you observe people, behaviors, trends, you'll see that nothing's black and white. Okay? You think I'm going to cut off funding to my fucking sheriff's department because there are bad policemen in the world? That's like saying we don't need any fucking doctors because there's a bad doctor out there. It's that stupid. It's that fucking stupid. My son going through the windshield of a car or SUV because I took his escaping from his safety belt lightly doesn't make him an idiot. It makes me a negligent moron. And when you bring a third party in sometimes to work through these things with autistic kids, especially as they get older, you know, there's a lot of reasons. I'm sweating. I'm sweating now. I turn the AC off. That's how much I love my viewers. I don't want them to have to listen over the AC. To bring a third party in is responsible, especially as the child gets older. You often need that. And another thing, I want the people in law enforcement, the first responders in this community, which it looks more and more like we're going to be here for a long time. I want them to know this kid. I want them to see him and go, hey, there's Oliver. That's Oliver. They all know who the fuck I am, but they need to know who he is too. Hey, there's Oliver. Because if he ever needs them and I'm not around, I want his behaviors to be recognizable to them. Hopefully he'll know how to behave under certain circumstances, but there's no guarantee. Okay? Instead of saying, oh man, you're threatening to take him threatening to call the cops. I'm gonna call you an ambulance in a minute, motherfucker. How's that? He's got his headphones on. You know what I'm saying, though? That's not... If you cared that much about people, like these virtue signaling assholes think that they do, or like the professor they do, you would see, okay, man, that father's having a hard time. Hey, man, you need help? You okay? That I probably would have been like, I'm fine, but I wouldn't have been as bothered by what transpired. They don't really care to help. They care to complain. They're not helpers. Remember what Mr. Rogers said, find the helpers. You're not going to find any helpers sitting 2 cars down, guy getting his knob polished by some creature while he's vaping. Those aren't the helpers. Well, she could be a helper. But the right helper at the right time. No, man. You ain't going to find any ACAB flags in my house. Because when I need the help, it ain't going to come from you. Peace, everybody. Peace, millionaires. That's my Marantz hat tip. See you guys.